Morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Cinco de Mayo.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing? Andy Byrd is in the house. Okay, house rules. Turn on your video unless you're in the shower. That actually did happen once. I instructed everyone to turn on their video, and one agent was in the shower. And so it kind of reminds me of when you go to a Chinese restaurant and when you pull out the fortune on the fortune cookie, if you kind of want to make some fun, whatever it says at the very end of that fortune on the fortune cookie, go ahead and add in the shower, right? Have you heard of that before? You're going to be very, very successful in the shower. You're going to have a lot of fun in the shower. So, hey, welcome everyone. While we wait for our guest, Adam Bailey. Adam, are you here yet? Okay. So he's traveling and he's logging in. So I think I'll probably start off and give him a little prep this morning about this class today is going to be on time management. But anyway, hey, this has been a great week so far. And I'd like to just go ahead and share some nuggets that I've learned through this market right now. Real quick, 6 steps for doing more in today's market. And Eric, can you let me know when Adam jumps in here? So yep, 6 steps. Did he just pull in?
No, he's not.
Not yet? Okay. So 6 steps in this market right now to do more. Number 1, and I'd love to get some ahas and nuggets as we when I'm done. Number 1 is
You went blank.
I froze.
He froze right at the cliffhanger.
Trying to know what one is.
Like, here's the most important piece of information.
I had my pen ready too.
I was like, got my notes here.
Don't ever do.
Randy, what was he going to say? Do you know?
I do not. Tom is magnificent. I don't know what he was going to say.
He went over this yesterday in our meeting with the new team that we are working with.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it is, but there's 6 habits to do every day.
Tom's
And
back.
it's basically just don't be lazy.
Right.
And get on the phone.
That's
I think
true.
have a good internet connection is one of them.
yeah. Okay, got
That
it.
could be important.
Okay, we're back.
All right, Adam is here. I'm letting him in now.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give these 6 steps because I know you're. Number 1 is foster a positive mindset and possibilities. Number 2 is continually play offense, especially now in this market. Number 3 is listen more than ever. Listen to your clients, listen to your agents, really listen. Number 4 is live outside your comfort zone. John Maxwell says anything you want and need in life will be just beyond your comfort zone. Number 5 is focus on what you can control. And then number 6 is live with certainty in these uncertain times and have no fear. So Adam, are you with us this morning? Okay, I think you're on mute, Adam. Can you hear me now? Adam Bailey. Okay, as he is turning off the mute. Any ahas or nuggets from what I just shared?
Sounds like you want us to be default aggressive. Just aggressive.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Absolutely.
Tom, yeah, nothing happens when you're comfortable, right? Like, I tell you, I do calls, and I tell you, it was uncomfortable yesterday. I was doing the for sale by owner calls where I actually call for other people and land listing appointments for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did about 30 in a row without
Pickup,
Yeah,
and,
Adam.
oh, there we go.
Adam, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you now. And that kind of ties into the overall message. It's like, it's not aggressive. It's just called being proactive. It's being a hunter.
That's right. Well, hey, we've got Adam Bailey. Thanks for jumping in from Wichita, Kansas. Top agent, top broker, top team builder. Adam, if you could share a little bit about yourself, and then let's just jump into our content today. How to do 1,000 deals a year and build a team doing so, and what hurdles have come up.
Yeah, I mean, the obstacle definitely is the path. I mean, I got, started out, I don't know, probably this is my 13th year, 2009, 2010. I was working as an ISA, calling those leads that the gentleman was talking about, expired and FSBOs, and setting appointments for a couple of listing agents. And there was, a guy that was on the radio that had a listing business. His name is Mike Gerbic. And do I have controls? Can I share my screen by chance?
Yeah, go ahead. You got full control, brother.
Okay, awesome. And I was selling insurance, and I was driving around an '89 Buick, windows like wouldn't roll down and no AC, and buying my clothes at the Salvation Army to get ties and be able to dress up. I came from a less fortunate situation, but I was determined and I was being proactive. And it was during like the last downturn. And it was like I was selling insurance and the market crashed, and so I was making less money, and I was like, man, I just don't want to be doing this, and 5 years from now. But it's like he was trying to convince me to get into real estate, and it's like everybody was getting out of real estate. And so I don't know if it was the smartest thing I did or the dumbest thing I did, but I started making about $300 a week, setting appointments for $100 a pop. And then I went and got my real estate license 2010. And then we continued on accident to build the call center that ended up, supporting our expansion efforts and all of that fun stuff. But here, let me share my screen real quick. Sorry, guys. I thought we got started 20 minutes from now, but we're all good. So let me see. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. And let me move some stuff around. So yeah, and then I went on to sell 24 houses my first year, calling internet leads and, just doing whatever it was necessary, working 80 hours a week, and all that stuff. And then I went on to sell 40 houses, my second year. And then I became a top agent in the brokerage. And then we, really started to blow up the call center. And so, we went from like 380 closings to like almost 700 in like 2012. Like nobody was doing those numbers. It got us in the top 10, and then it got me ownership in the brokerage. And, our client care resource center was kicking out not just appointments, but pre-qualified in-office buyer consultations. Like they couldn't, our ISAs couldn't set appointments the way that I built that process unless they were pre-approved or had a green light or we verified it, somewhere else. And I know times that, we're a little bit different because you didn't really have to get agency, over the last like 5 years or so. And so, having to move back in that market with some of my younger agents or, some of my expansion teams, it's like foreign to them. And they're like, well, what's a broker agreement? What are we talking about, having them, hire us, we're just going to go see houses. But, to really, get these proven systems dialed in that I'm going to share with you today of how we were selling 20 to 30 homes week in and week out, basically since like 2013, 2014, it's really, to stack the deck in your favor. And I shared some of this stuff in Cabo, some of the slides. There's going to be other stuff that I haven't shared. And, I'm really looking to create a business that ends up to be able to generate, like income without me. I want like my teams to run without me. I want my business to not depend on me. And so Gerbic and I really started to build what was Select Homes at the time. Right now I got a network of probably, 2,500 agents with EXP. We closed right under 9,600 houses that I was paid on or whatever, and right around 3.4 billion, and taking them same systems and showing other people, how to basically implant them and create a machine as well, so they could start to work their way out of the field. But right now there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of fear. And so what you guys are going to have to do, you're going to have to make a choice. Like, it's like, if you heard me speak in Cabo, I made a choice to quit drinking 16 months ago. And if you guys have ever seen me at masterminds or know me, I'm still young. And it's like, I got a big group and it's like, I like to have fun, but I just turned 41 and, other things going on in my life that are more important. And so I had to make a commitment. And I even, quit drinking because my goals were more important. But you're going to have to actually separate yourself from these people right here. The negative Nancy's, the part-timers, the people that basically, if you really boil it down, it's a hobby to them. They're not looking at it like they're running a marketing company. They're not really looking at it like they're running a sales company, right? And so where's the negativity coming from? Like who is eating up the market share, or why is it thinned out, right? And so what we're going through right now is a process where you're going to have to, get rid of the people that's in your circle before we can work on marketing, before we can be, what would the guy say, aggressive? And I'm like saying assertive, it's like you can do that, but you'll get burnt out, man. It's like, but you have to get the negative people out of your life. You have to get the victim-like mentality, people that are not taking ownership for the current results that you may be experiencing. Look, sales are down. No doubt about it. However, me knowing where I came from and making $300 a week, just whatever, 13 years ago, and to build this up to what I've built it up to, and it's like, I'm still blessed, this is still an amazing opportunity. However, I felt like I was cheating, over the last, 5 years or so. And it's like, when things get tough, this is when we have to get tougher, or we have to get back to our rituals, our habits, and the like-minded people, birds of a feather flock together. And here recently I've had, as I've, my income keeps growing, I got a big network, I'm very social, but I had to cut certain people and gossip even out of my life. And I'm talking about family members, my buddies that still want to continuously drink, and they're not operating businesses at the level that I'm operating at. And it's like, these are high school buddies or, family. It's tough, but they're disconnected from their purpose. And it's like they're lacking meaning with like real goals. And hopefully, like I met Tom a couple of years ago. Brent introduced me to him, and then I've followed him ever since then. And it's like, he's got big goals. So I'm assuming that the people he's attracting in his tribe, or, on his traditional team or his modern team in the network, I'm sure you guys have big goals as well. But you have to trim the fat, and you have to cut the fat, and you have to embrace change. And for me, what I had to do once I embraced that change, it's like, for me, I was always trying to change the world. I was focused on units. I wanted to sell 1,000 houses a year. That was my goal. And then I wanted to profit $1 million with a real estate team that it would run without me. Then I wanted to get top 10 in the nation. I ended up getting all of those things very quickly in my career, and it was not that fulfilling. And, going through this, cycle where I bought myself out for $400,000, like actually like $385,000, to be exact. And I couldn't even work in my own home state. I'm in Kansas or Missouri for it should have been 3 years, but that money bought me down a couple of years. And so it was like, I got 5 more good years in me. And it's like, I hit these goals, with EXP, and I'm like, man, like something's missing. And I kept trying to change external things. And so what I needed to do was some inner work. And so, what I did over the last, year and a half is, I call it 2.0. I went to war with myself, because it's like, we can get up and make 1 million calls. We can get up and flip over, more rocks and work harder than the next person. And like what Will Smith say, if you and I get on that treadmill at the same time, I guarantee you're getting off first, right? However, if we don't enjoy what we do, but more importantly, if we don't enjoy it with the people that we're doing it with. If it's like, I was an independent when I sold, we were 11th in the nation. And for the last 5 years, you know, with me running it and having ownership, we were, you know, 2012, 2017, ranked 9th to 12th in the nation. And I was like, man, I could shoot for, you know, top 5, but it just wasn't fulfilling. My son was born. We were opening expansion offices, and I had apartments in those cities, and I was staying in those apartments. And so like life was changing. And so I just had a guy that worked with my independent brokerage, and we split off and created a coaching company as well to basically coach our brokerage and stuff. And then people wanted to shadow our call center, and live and direct was spawned. But he just came back from Real, and he's like, I love like Real. I love the broker. He's like, but I missed like the tribe and the people that we, you know, built some stuff up with. And I'm not going to, you know, get into, you know, people join all types of different brokerages and for different reasons, right? We're all not here, you know, for the same reason. But he just came back because of us. And so if I was at KW, if I was at Real, or if I was still an independent, we would be building our empire. And it's like, I built and made a name for myself in a down market. And so it's like, if you haven't been in real estate, I would say, you know, more than 7 or 8 years, and you've done a lot of SOI business, and you haven't had to build databases, and you really haven't had to focus on, you know, core processes and agencies and market analytics and all these different things. This is when it's going to get tough, and we're going to see what you're made out of. However, I promise you, like my 13 years, I feel like I worked super hard and I was underpaid for 5 years. And then it's like, now I've been making all of this money, even when I was an independent, and created so much leverage in my business by doing the right things in the right order, by having good mentors around me, where I felt like I was cheating. But I feel like, and I talked about this in Cabo, what got me here in front of you guys today is Adam Bailey from like 5 years ago. What I learned, the masterminds I was at, the books I was reading, you know, the technology that I was wiring up in my business, the people I was training. But what's going to get me, you know, to 5,000 agents? I'm closing houses in 5 countries right now, and I want to be in 10, and I want to go deep. And I'm really only going deep in Canada right now. And so I got to look at the people around me, right? It's like, who's making excuses? Who's playing the victim like mentality? Is it me? It could be me. It's like, I've had to look myself in the mirror, and I'm like, man, I'm not deserving of like having what I'm having. I've slipped a little bit. And so I've had to check myself, you know, and at this point, you know, really in my life, it's like, I no longer have expectations. I have requirements. I don't have suggestions like, hey, come to this meeting, or you know, it's like this could happen, or, you know, we'll catch you next time. It's like, we got to be honest. We got to be transparent. And my inner circle right now, we got to be committed to the same exact thing, and less is more. And I worked with my leadership team yesterday, and they're like, man, we're making a lot of changes. And it's like, that's a good thing. So if you can be nimble and you can reshift your focus, and I'm talking about a radical focus that's intentional to be able to get things done quickly, and you got a small elite group of people around you, be thankful. And it's like, maybe Tom has these people. I don't know if you're single agents or what, but, you know, I would start to hire, you know, some virtual assistants or whatever. But like for me, I know Tom is doing the hard 75 with a lot of you guys, and he tried to get me to do it, but it's like, maybe I've done it 5 times, and I failed all times except the last time that I've done it, that I'm on this, you know, year and a half. But if your cells are down, and it's like, maybe even you're feeling sluggish, or you're fighting some depression, or you're just in this funk, because it's like, most of my coaching calls right now have nothing to do with even what I'm going to share with you guys here in a little bit, marketing, or, you know, some of the strategies or the A, B's and C's to this stuff. It's all in our mind. It's the head trash that we have. It's the stories that we tell ourselves. It's the games that we play, or it's the perceptions that we have. And so like, most of my day, at least with partners that need to get out of this funk, is reframing the conversation. And it's like, you can reframe a conversation, but then if you go pick up the beer or the wine tonight, or you know, something like that, you're just going right back to the bottom, you know. And so jump on the hard 75 with the group. You know, every time that I did it, I got a boost in my business. I grew in FLQAs. We sold more houses. The people around me were, telling me, hey, you got a different glow about you. I like appreciate you a little more, you're a little more pleasant or whatever. I'm like, really? It's like that much of a difference. And it's like, we're all under immense pressure right now. Right. And so it's like, you can fold up like a cheap tent, or it's like you could say game on and I'm going to do this and I'm going to go hunt. And it's like, I'm going to wage war on myself because I'm not going to expect others to do things that I'm not expecting of myself. Right. And it's like, if you're going to grow your sales and you're going to grow your business, hopefully you're going to create some leverage, but stay focused on the legacy and not the currency. And I have 3 businesses that do very well. I own a traditional team in Toronto. I rebuilt a traditional team here. I got the network of over 2,500, and then I have investments, right? And my income is down across the board, and our sales are down. However, I haven't been more excited and more fired up because I felt like, I was going through the motion a little bit, and it's like, I've always been right around 25 to 30th ranked globally with EXP and just going through the motion. And then I slipped to 40th, then I slipped to 50th. And this month report has me at 59. And that fired me up because I'm competitive, right? And it's like, I'm doing something and I'm failing my people, because if I'm not making money and I'm losing money, then they're losing money. And I feel like a failure if people have, chose to join my team or my network and then I'm slipping. And what I'm having to do is a lot of trial and error on the marketing and different things. So if you're failing right now, especially if you're newer or you're a veteran, trying to figure out the new economy or the new finicky, niche that you could be in, it's okay, because the more failure that you're going through right now, the chances are you're going to show up, to success soon. What did Thomas, Edison say? He's like, I didn't fail 10,000 times at the light bulb. It's like, I just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. And this is Gerbic right here, the guy that got me into real estate. He changed my life. I'm the first person to graduate high school in my family, grew up in the ghetto. It's like I got 7 aunts, all of them are drug addicts, alcoholics. My dad divorced my mom young, and he don't have a big family or whatever, but he worked hard and just like a blue collar worker. And I got my work ethic from him. And this guy gave me an opportunity on the phones, and, he was, you can see 366 closings, 2009, 2010. You can see when, we almost hit the 700, and he put the goal at 500 that year. And I put the goal at 700. And I was telling everybody on the internet, and he was like, dude, you can't do that. It's like, we never grew by that percent. And then I said, we're going to sell 1,000 houses. And I put it out there on the internet, and everybody's like, who the hell is this kid, at the time? But I had conviction, and I had belief, and I had an opportunity, and this was in a down market. And that's what all of you guys have. You have an opportunity, and what you do with that opportunity down the road, whether the market comes back or it crashes or whatever happens, it's going to really define your next opportunity. And so for me, it's like, I didn't know anything really about personal development or all of that stuff. I thought it was like rah and a bunch of motivational stuff. And through my journey, at least over, the 5 years, 6 years, taking, personal development a little more serious, it's about the person that I've been developing into, the father. I went through a divorce after 20 years with my high school sweetheart. And it's like, I have no idea why we really got a divorce, and it was like nothing really happened, but I wasn't really growing as a person to meet her needs. And I couldn't really, pick up on that. We co-parent great now and always have. And I raised my son 50-50, but it's like, I have blind spots in my life. And, I'm thankful that this gentleman taught me, don't focus on the units, Adam. It don't matter how many houses you sell. It doesn't matter the volume. It don't matter how much money you make. You need to focus on becoming a better human being. And that's what I was attracted to Brent about when I met Brent. I don't know, 6 months when I got into real estate. And so to be in business with Brent isn't just somebody I watched on a video and then went and signed up with EXP. I'm on Brent's second level. Jeff Willems is my sponsor. It was like some of my people, because I'm a high D, and some of my people I've introduced to Brent, they're like, no way, he's like this. That's got to be fake. And I'm like, no, this dude genuinely rolls out of bed like this, and this is how he is. And so when I'm looking around and I'm like, overly, drinking at masterminds, or yeah, I have all these results. It's like, who's next? And it's like me and a handful of other people. And it's like, I got a big responsibility. And Mike worked with us early on when I go to events and like Boomtown or Commissions Inc. or like all these masterminds he's taking me to. And so I would do really well and I'd have setbacks. I would do really well and I would have setbacks. And that's what it's all about. But, through his success, he's always shared that with me, and he's always been patient with my failures. And so you're going to have failures personally and professionally. But, for me, how I chopped it up, it was like I took things that I didn't like about my personality, and then I tried to incorporate it into my everyday life. Like I didn't try to compartmentalize it and hide it and not talk about it, or sweep it under the rug. Just like with my family, my mom is about to pass away in a couple of days, and I'm really just getting caught back up, and I should be on the road driving to my lake house right now to get caught back up. But I believe in, what you guys are doing. And so I told him I would stay in town, a little bit longer to deliver to you guys, because it could, you could be down right now, you know what I mean? And going through some stuff where I could share one little nugget or one little like hack that could, change your business or light your fire again. And for me, with my mom, it was like, I never talked about the drugs or the alcohol or, coming from poverty. It was like, I always tried to make it seem like it was something else, because I would work my way into rooms that, like my background, like I had no, no experience, like with, those type of networks or groups, but my work ethic got me there, my integrity, my honesty, and all that stuff. And so when I, with Gerbic working with me and, even, listening to Brent over the last 5 years, I started to tell my story. And also I was listening to the wrong people early on. Early on, it was like all sales and, driving revenue and all these different things. And so, like what I do when I wake up, I don't log into enterprise. I don't hit refresh. I watch my KPIs, and you're going to see reports and stuff like that, here soon. And so that stuff matters, but I used to look at it and fret going to bed. I used to wake up and it used to dictate if I had a good day or a bad day for what was on a spreadsheet. I still have the same people in my business. They love me. I love them. And so it's like business goes up and business goes down. And it's like, for me, it's like, what am I going to do to fill my cup up today so I can fill your cup up? And I was doing really well, but then it's like the victim like mentality people, it don't matter how much improvement you make. If they're still lingering around you, it's just going to, zap you. And so I would say right now, look at the people that you listen to. You're listening to me because of why? Because you trust who? What's up? Randy's on here. So you trust Randy, you trust Tom, right? It's like who you're bringing on today has got to be qualified, right? And so you're trusting him. But look at like your family, look around and stop taking advice from people who are not exactly where you are at in life. And, here's some of the people that have taken our advice and followed our systems and stuff like that. And it's changed their life. This guy right here in the right-hand corner, he's in my own local market. And he was like, I was with EXP and I left, and I'm not coming back, because he got introduced to me, and, he known of me but he wasn't in real estate when we were like in our build, but he had plateaued around 25 units and he left EXP. And so he's like, I'm not going back. And I said, dude, it's not about EXP at all. EXP is just where I'm building my business. Every single one of you guys have your own business. You're the CEO of your life, for your family, for your real estate business, for just your overall life. And, he couldn't get his mind wrapped around that. And he's like, no, it's like, I'm like, EXP is a great platform, and it's why I'm growing my roots here. But give me 1% of your trust and I'll earn the other 99%. And I will show you the people that you work with matter. The people that you're listening to, the people that you're taking advice from matter. And it's like, so he started meeting me once a week, as you can see on the left-hand side of the picture on the yellow, and his business started growing. guy, and then he got around John Cheplack. A couple of my guys have got into that organization and now are coaches with Cheplack. But he went from 30 deals to 300 in less, like 370 in less than 3 years. Less than 3 years. By doing the right things in the right order, by like rip off and duplicate. You know, it's like I've damn near coached with everybody in the industry. And it's like I didn't invent any of this stuff besides maybe kind of push the ISA stuff, you know, a little forward early on. And so it's like if you guys aren't coming to the masterminds, get to the masterminds. We're just coming off of One Big Fire. I would not be speaking to you guys today if I didn't go to One Big Fire. And I almost didn't. And it's like I was at the Super Bowl and I was going to go to Canada and, you know, do some things up there. And I never miss our masterminds. And then Brent called, you know, asked if I'd speak. And it's like I would have been heartbroken because so many of our top agent expert network people had spoke, and I might see one here or there. And there was a lot of us. And then I bumped into Tom, and, you know, and then he's asking if I would, you know, come and even do this today. And it's like, you know, time wasn't really permitted, but that relationship was there. I spent some time, he pulled me to the side, right? And that bond was, deepened. And so I look forward to learning, you know, from him, and then anything that I could give back, I'm willing to do. And so get to these events, guys, because it could take one little piece of information that could be the key. You know, like this other person, Matt Smith right here, he spoke on stage. He's on this screen too, real quick. No, this is the Toronto people that I'll talk about in a minute, but Matt walked away from 100 listings and he spoke in Cabo, and when he was in Cabo last year, he said, I'm going to be on stage next year, and he manifested. But he went from 200 closings and walked away from 100 listings with Century 21, moved his whole team in the basement. And he said, I want to sell 1,000 houses like you guys did at Select. And he finally sold over 1,000 houses with his traditional team before he would really even start building revenue share or modern team building. Got him in with Cheplack. Cheplack quickly turned him into a coach. Now, you know, people pay him $4,000, and it's like he's got 4 or 5 offices.
He's the man. Man,
Yeah,
he is awesome.
yeah.
2 minutes, bro.
Okay, 2 minutes here. And then some of these people are single icon agents where you don't have to build teams. It's like I actually just made posts about them. Like they're just focused on doing the best that they can do as a single agent for their clients, and they have no interest of building teams, except one guy ended up sponsoring one agent, Michelle. She's right below that. She spoke in Cabo, and he has 500 agents under him, and she changed his life by introducing her to me. And she came to an event and she tried to recruit me, and she walked away from Century 21, 180 agents, and restarted from scratch as well. And so Tierney down here on the left, she had 9 agents and a traditional team. We coached her up to be the #1 KW team down there in the Dallas market, and then she jumped ship. And so that's what I'm kind of getting at. And don't compare yourself, you know, to others, because it's like, for me, if I try to compare myself to Tom or Randy, or, you know, some of you other guys on here that got a lot more experience than me, or maybe even a little refined, it's like I could let, you know, like my insecurities get the best of me. And I even see people try to, you know, compare their day 1 to my day, you know, 13. And so don't do that. It's the quickest way to rip yourself of joy, and just show up, run your race and run your journey. And I'm telling you, you're in like the best like network in all of EXP, and in the right place at the right time. I can tell you that. And then from here, basically, I'm going to turn it back over to you, but then we could get into the marketing. We can get into sales. I take questions or any of like scripting or anything like that. But that's pretty much what got me here is the people.
Awesome. Well, hey, this is great. Adam, you know what? I don't want to take any more of your time. I know you carved out time. You're waiting to go on a trip. You know, and the quote that I love is don't give up what you want most for what you want now. I mean, this guy is a picture of delayed gratification. He was willing to delay that gratification, and he's just got an ironclad mindset. And you have to rule your mind, or it will rule you. So, Adam, if anyone wants to reach out or get a hold of you, what's the best way?
Yeah. I mean, they can reach out to Facebook. I mean, I'm a little, hit or miss because of my mom and family in town and, like everything going on with that and stuff. But send me a Facebook message or tag me on Facebook and I'll respond. But, when we enter a time, where your results could be diminishing, it's just a reflection of not taking enough action. And it's like, don't blame the economy or the brokerage or, your team lead or whatever. And so if you need help, I'll give you guys my calendar too, like, cause there is a bunch of cool marketing stuff and some other things that I can show you. It's adamlivechat.com, and don't give that out. Like, that's actually, like, I don't give that out to anyone, but just for an example, like some of these guys seeing this stuff in Cabo, some of the, marketing stuff and the different things that we're doing. And so I'll be more than happy to like show you how I'm generating leads and how we're converting these leads and what we're doing, or look at constraints or like these are free lead sources right here. I take a picture of them. I showed this in Cabo. I'll leave this kind of up and it's like, maybe you can't afford to generate leads. And so I can, show you some pay to play places or whatever, or just let me know how I can help. I mean, I'm all about operating from the law of reciprocity. So.
Awesome. Well, hey, Adam, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you taking extra time. Have a safe trip, and God bless you. Bless your mom. Safe travels. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything. And have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks so much. Thanks, Adam Bailey. Let's go. Good job.
Later, guys.